Again, so if I got cut off in the very last video, I was just saying most likely your answer to the questions about disability will be that no people with disabilities are portrayed at all in the pictures, because it will probably be pretty rare, so don't hesitate to choose that if that is the case. But certainly if they are portrayed, we want to note that. Again, like for all of these, you have the option of leaving comments if you're not sure about what you have answered on any of them. You can say something like, all the good guys are Christians and the bad guys are Muslims, if that's apparent in the story that you have. Then that might be something that you would want to flag for the end user to look at and examine for himself. So again, these comments are optional, but certainly feel free to make them if you want to give further clarification on your answers. All right, and finally we are near the end. The very last part is optional final comments. So here, for any of the items, the earlier items, if there was something that you wanted to clarify or needed to clarify, you can come in here and you have this final space for doing so. But again, it is not necessary. You can push skip and go to the final submission confirmation. Now you want to be careful before you click yes and submit, because if you click yes and then next and you submit to save the entry, then you will no longer be able to go back and make any corrections or modifications. And it may be in the course of the survey that you came across something that you weren't sure. For example, the publisher category, are they for-profit, are they not for-profit, and you wanted to go back and check with them first. If that is the case, then you can click no, and you can always exit the survey by clicking on this little picture of a tangerine at the top of the screen. If you have not saved your final entry, it will be held as an unsaved or incomplete entry on your tablet, and you will be able to go back and resume it later. But once you save and finalize, then what's done is done, and those answers are going to stay in there and you won't be able to change them. But let's say we're done. We've made all of the answers and all the corrections that we want to do. We think it's all right and we're ready to move on to the next book. Then we can click yes and go to next. And then we have to additionally click this button, save result. We give you one more chance for additional comments. Always these last chance additional comments if you need to tell us something. If you have nothing to say, then you're not obliged to put anything in there, but you save result, and then it will say result saved, which will confirm that, and then you can perform another assessment, which will take you right back to the beginning of the survey, or you can exit the tangerine if you need to go take a break. You can always exit by clicking on this icon at the top of the page. If you are just going through all of your entries one after another, you can see perform another assessment takes you right back to the beginning, and you can generate a new code for your new book. Alright, so that concludes the main part of the training on the training on how to input the survey in Tangerine.